Well, there we are once again. I can see all you folks out there getting excited. We got Fran and Joe coming on. Well, this is a special edition of the Outside Story. They figured they'd like to come on tonight. We did have Fritz Springmeyer scheduled, but Fritz couldn't come on. So I thank Fran and Joe. They wanted to kind of come in tonight and talk to the audience. Last week's program was really a hit. They did really, really good. So, anyways, let's bring Fran and Joe on right now, and we can talk to them. Hello, Fran and Joe.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. All right, we're moving forward. Lots of momentum here in the ex-witness world, but we're glad you guys are kind of coming in tonight and kind of filling in for another program that couldn't make it. But we appreciate that. I just want to say, is Randy Waters on with us? Randy, if you're on, hit star six. Hit star six. Randy always has trouble somehow with the phone line or whatever, but we'll be watching for him. But in the meantime, I'll step out of the scene, Fran and Joe. I'll let you guys do the show, but I'll be here watching and keep an eye on things.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rick.
Hey Rick,
Yes.
can you put the phone number on, please?
Oh, yeah. Let me do that right now.
Asking.
Great.
Thank
Let,
you.
let me put the number on right now. That's important. Thank you for telling me
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get that on there right now. Let me just scroll down, see if I can see it. It's here somewhere. All right, to call into the program. That's it right there. The magic of video, right? It's boy, oh
There
boy.
you go.
Rick,
Thank you.
Rick, you do dynamite. You're dynamite.
The things you can do, I can't believe it.
Well,
I wish all this stuff was available 20 years ago.
oh,
Man,
you're,
Do
it all
you're doing incredible.
it's now about. Thank you. All right, so I'll cut you loose. You guys are on.
Thank you, Rick.
Hello, everyone.
There, I think we're on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
And incidentally, if Randy comes on, I'd love to hear him.
Yeah, we want to
We've
hear
heard-
anytime.
We've heard.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Rick.
We've heard nice things about him previously. I've never met, never or heard, so we're interested as well. I'd like to say that there's been so much good response from friends out there who want to be connected with other friends, and more so than we've ever had previously.
Mhm.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
The
Oh,
last time there
absolutely.
were,
Oh my
I think,
goodness. Yeah.
6 just from the program.
On Saturday. Yes.
And then afterward, we've gotten more from our area just by putting up on our sign on the front road.
Mhm.
It's a little swing sign right on the main road that says PIMO and XJW and PIMO meetup here. And as a result, we got at least one person.
One person was driving by, believe it or not.
Yep.
They live 6 miles from us.
Yep.
They saw the sign. They texted us and they said they have been out for 20 years. They grew up around Elmira, New York, but now they're here. And in the 20 years, they never met an ex Jehovah's Witness.
Amazing.
Can you imagine that? So this coming Friday, let's see, let me look at the calendar. Friday, the 27th, we're going to have a meetup here. Normally we have it on Thursday, but we've got something else going on Thursday. So we're going to have a turkey dinner if anybody wants to come. And my brother is making funnel cakes. And we're just going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And the ex from Elmira, who has not seen anyone in 20 years, this is unbelievable. He's
Well,
coming.
I've got to say that the reason why he didn't meet an XJW in 20 years, because he probably wasn't wearing a pin like this. Had he been,
There
he
you go.
probably would have. And we're happy to indicate that we are XJW too. Incidentally, there's another young one that we knew. She was younger when we knew her. How many years ago?
We knew her like 15 years ago.
And as a result of hearing,
As a result of, we put it on
oh, that's right.
the
There's so many
Liberati.
different ways.
No, where did we put it?
Facebook?
Well, we put it on Facebook and we put it on Reddit.
Yeah.
She saw it on Reddit
She responded.
and she responded, but when she heard that we were out, she was so excited. She couldn't believe it, first of all, because any of you that don't know Joe and I, when we were witnesses, we were really into it. I mean, we were your poster child witness. You know, all our 4 children were all in it, all pioneering. We all pioneered together as a family at one point. So when she saw that we were out, she first of all couldn't believe it. And then she cried. And then she attempted to call us 5 times, but each time she called us, she hung up. She was, she just couldn't do it. On the 6th time, she called and she said, "This is so and so from uh, nearby congregation." And it took me a minute because we were driving and I didn't quite get the first name, but we finally figured out who it was. And and when she told me that she had tried 5 times and hung up each time, I said, "I'm so glad that you dialed that 6th time and that we got through." And we must have talked for about 2.5 hours. She kept saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry to be interrupting your day." I said, "You're kidding me? You're making our day." So we got all caught up, and she's living in Canada. We know the families, both families, and we talked all about what's happening. It's amazing. It's amazing.
The things that are happening now are totally in contrast that have happened all along in that organization, in the Watchtower, when we were in. If we were in, we would witness people working very hard at being someone they weren't, and putting on very insincere uh, uh, acts. Now we're watching people liberating themselves, and it's scary. I mean, just that one young person, what she was doing, she was being faced with something that was so big that she just wasn't sure she could handle it, and that's basically, well, opening herself up and liberating. We don't take that for granted. We really don't. And and the reward for that is really wonderful. I don't know any other way to say it. It there's such powerful emotional rewards for them, for us, and honestly for everyone else. So all I'm going to do is continue to encourage any one of you who wants to connect with anyone to please call in or connect with us somehow, so
Yeah.
that you can connect with others.
Yeah, call in right
Because
now.
when you connect with others, they're so glad and so grateful. And honestly, what we find is so are you.
Yeah.
You're showing us. You're
Yeah.
showing us that.
Oh, just an update about Linda. Everybody was concerned about Linda last week. Linda called in. It was her first time calling in. She's newly out. Linda is 79 years old. So this is a big thing for Linda,
Yeah.
you know, just being out. And it has a big, physically, a person gets physically sick, emotionally, mentally, and obviously spiritually, because their whole world, she came in at a very young age. And so for all those years, she was a witness. And now she finds out that it's not the truth. And it really has such an effect on all of us. So from the time she called in Saturday, we connected her with a few of the ex sisters and her son. She has 2 sons that are out. We connected. I gave her JP's number. JP wanted to call and talk to him. So we're so glad that Linda called in. And if she's there now, we'd love to hear from her.
Yeah.
She's having some medical issues, um, but she's doing so well for her age and for coming out. She's so brave.
And honestly, we know that her friends are listening right now.
Hmm.
They just haven't contacted her yet.
Yeah.
We know this because this is everything that we're finding. Everything we're finding. The friends are out there. You're showing us. they're showing themselves. You're showing yourself to each other. And honestly, it's the biggest reward we could ever have. It would make 36 wasted years in that organization meaningful to us. It makes it meaningful to us just to see that there are friends out there connecting, discovering such wonderful things for themselves, their freedom, and how wonderful friends can be. Loving friends, loving it. It's we're very thankful that we're seeing this, and we're grateful for that. Incidentally, too, I know there's the talk, and I know I felt it myself, of wanting to see the destruction of Watchtower. As much as I'd love to see the destruction of the Watchtower organization, I would hate equally to see the trauma that it would put some individuals through that are in there, ones that are in no way prepared to deal with that. They emotionally and spiritually, they're just not, and physically, they're not prepared to do that. They're just not. The only way they could be if they were to see in front of them another arrangement, other people, other friends that are ready to accept them, that are inviting them and there to be their friends and to show them and to help them. Otherwise, my goodness, it would be terrible. I mean, if the Watchtower were to fall tomorrow, the trauma and upset and distress that people would suffer would be horrible. And incidentally, too, if someone is comfortable in the Watchtower and and they need that, I say it should be there for them. They should stay there, stay in there, if it truly serves them. There's no need for a person leaving their support. They may find support there, and that's just fine. That's their business. But there needs to be that welcoming, welcoming arena, place, uh, family for people. And honestly, I think they're seeing it here. I'd like to think that anyone who are listening in would see it here. And I know there's so many loving friends out there right now that are providing that for them. So, and this is what's happening. They're seeing it. They're calling in. We're connecting them with others, and they're telling us and showing us that they find love.
Yeah, we just got a text just in right now, and this one is from Australia. And she said that she connected with Linda and they texted each other. So she'll be calling her and talking with her. There's stories, unbelievable, the stories that we hear that people go through. And it's like, Joe and I grew up in the world, and I don't think I ever heard as bad stories as I did after being a witness, what people went through. I went to college, Joe went to college. We were around a lot of different people, but never did we experience the trauma that people went through growing up in the Watchtower, getting out of the Watchtower. It's horrible. Anyone want to call in, please just interrupt us. We're just kind of talking. So call in. We'd love to hear you.
Hey, Fran.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Debbie.
Hi,
Debbie.
I wanted you sent me somebody to contact.
Randy.
Named Linda. I don't know if it's the same Linda,
Debbie,
but I haven't been able to call because I've been really sick with the flu for like the last 12 days, and so behind on every.
Debbie, back away from your phone just a
What?
little. Back away from your
Oh,
phone just a little.
what about? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. I was just saying that you sent me someone named Linda's phone number.
Yes.
In Iowa.
Yes.
And I haven't been able to call her yet because I've been sick with the flu for like 12 days, but I'm getting better now.
Okay. Well, I'm sure
I just want to apologize.
Well, thank you.
Are you getting better?
Yeah, I am. Still
Oh,
got a sore throat and an earache, but I'm feeling better.
the flu is
Well,
hard.
it's
I know what that's
terrible.
like, dear.
Well, you take care of yourself and get your rest and keep up with your vitamins.
Oh, I just took a whole handful, so
Oh,
Oh,
good.
dear. We're thinking of you, Debbie.
I'm always thinking about y'all too. But just to Linda, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten a hold of you yet.
Okay.
Okay, well, there's always
Yep,
time.
yep, yep. Love you, Debbie.
Yep. Love you. Thank you for calling.
Okay, bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Debbie.
You guys really are family. Uh, you know, I know some of you we got to meet in person. We got to meet Debbie in Nebraska, and that was such a treat. And now when we hear your voices, we know who you are. And we love to meet more of you.
I've got to relate something. My daughter, who I love, when she realized that we were basically disconnecting ourselves from the Watchtower organization, was, rightfully concerned and said that we're not going to have any friends. We're leaving our friends. And I stopped and thought, and I told her, and I said her name. I said, when we find a place big enough, we're going to have a party for all our friends, and you're invited. And honestly, I can truly vouch for that.
Yeah,
now.
we haven't found a place
There-
big enough
there-
yet.
No, there's so many beautiful friends,
Yep.
and you are friends. You're friends to each other.
Yeah, you have to understand our daughter was very concerned about us. She thought that we, because we were 70, that we were starting to lose it. She was thinking that, we were going through, what do they call that when you get older and
Well, it's not
like,
midlife crisis.
no,
It's
not
too
midlife.
late.
No, senior crisis.
Oh, senior crisis. Oh.
And she said to me, she said, Mom, she says, what if, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you need to talk to someone? Who are you going to call up? And I said, don't worry about it. I said, I've got plenty of people to talk to. But, she was genuinely concerned. She really didn't want to shun us. I know she doesn't want to shun us, but, they were.
And see, those
brought up in that.
concerns are, it's like projection. What they're really saying is they really don't have that among themselves.
Mhm.
That they don't. And, they're making it seem like we won't have it. Well, that's why the concern is out there. They're the ones might even be listening right now. If you question, will you have friends if you
Mhm.
choose to leave that organization? I hope you see that. I hope you see that you will. There are so many out there that are proving to be such wonderful friends to each other. You will have. You will be one of those friends. You are, and there will be friends there with you.
Mhm.
It's everything we're finding.
Yes.
We are seeing that. We're seeing that, and we're truly privileged to be a part of that.
Yeah, so let's see. So Linda is in Washington, Iowa. Washington, Iowa. And we connected her with someone that was listening last week, and they knew people in the same congregations, so they had a lot in common. Um, then we let's see, who else did we connect? There's a couple in North Carolina that we've been in contact with. North Carolina. Okay, so here's the thing. We put out a friend in need as a friend
That
indeed.
was on my mind just now.
So sometimes you need a friend because you just need a friend to talk to. Sometimes maybe you need work. You're out of work. Sometimes you might be homeless. You need work and a place to live. Maybe you have a problem with alcohol, and maybe there's someone in the audience that's had a problem with alcohol and is able to overcome it. And maybe you could talk to that person because they can identify with it. So those are the situations that we've had. And every day it's like a new
And
a
then
new
don't
thing.
and don't limit it to just those things
No,
that you
that's
just
those are
heard.
just
There are
examples.
so many needs that 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 if you show them, you're going to find people who care about them.
Mhm.
There's a really simple principle that we've seen from the beginning of when we left, and that is good people find good people. They find each other, and frankly, they need each other. And the point is, if you show yourself, someone will see you. If you show yourself in need, someone's going to see you, and there's going to be someone who cares about you that's going to see you. But you need to show yourself. You need to have that, and that's faith. That's faith in the goodness of your fellow man. And you don't know who that is. It could be anyone. I mean, it could be people right here on 6 screens. It could be people, quote unquote, in the world who love you, and you don't know it yet. But they want to love you because they're there and they're good and they like to help other people, just like, well, you do. So rely on that. Good people find good people.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything that we've seen. Yeah. Everything that we've seen.
So let's see. The Real Firecracker 16 says, "Hi, Fran and Joe. Hello. Oh, they said, yes, I used to know someone that went to Washington, Iowa congregation. Well, if you want to get in touch with Linda, just let us know and we can give you Linda's information."
Yeah, you never know who you all know. Mutual friends you all know.
Yeah. Elaine, Brain Drain says, "Fran and Joe, I nominate you for the Nobel Peace Prize." Well, we share it with all of you because we're all in this together.
We all get a prize.
That's right.
Everyone who chooses to liberate themselves from this organization gets the prize. And unfortunately, there's a cost to that prize. It's not like free prize. It's really not. I'm not going to underestimate and minimize what leaving that organization results in. It results in loss. It does, in pain. But the gain is your freedom. And losing or avoiding your freedom is a greater cost than what you would suffer from gaining it. If that makes any sense to you. Your freedom is the greatest thing you possess. Because with that, you be the person that you are. The person that you are connects with others who are that way. And that's the only way you can be a true friend to your family or anyone. You know, our family, who basically isn't, well, friendly with us now. They're not. They're just not friendly to us because they have no contact with us. Well, what are we going to do about it? We're going to continue to be something they can be friends with, despite the fact that they may or may not know or see that we're speaking, well, against the Watchtower, but in favor of leaving it. At this point, they may think that's wicked, nasty, disloyal, whatever. But at some point, they may realize otherwise. Some lessons take a long time to learn. And we're finding that there's people who are learning that lesson. In other words, they're waking up. It takes time to wake up. We're not waking anyone up. No one. We don't wake anyone up. They're awakened. They're awakened through their relationship with any goodness that they have. Call it God, their conscience, whatever. They awaken because of their conscience being contacted or affected by the suffering or wrong things that they see around them. they are awakened. We want to be there so that they're glad they're awake. And we're finding so many people. The people are awakening. They literally are awakening all the time. We're finding that there are young people, 12, 13, 14, who see not only the hypocrisy, but the wrong things taking place with the governing body. These are young people. They don't have to be older. They're young. And they're making their decision. They're making their decision. We have to commend them for it. I mean, we are so proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be our friends. And we're going to be theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And we're finding, and thankfully, thanks so much to Rick and all the efforts that he puts out. We're here, and they can come here. I think it's wonderful. I really do. I really do. Just as a result, we just Justin, who is on,
Mm-hmm.
showing what's going on. We just secured a room down in Washington, and so we will be there. We're going to go down there, and we're going to help out as we can.
Yep, we'll be staying at the Comfort Inn. It's right there.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're like less than a mile away, so
Yeah.
that'll be nice.
And incidentally, we'd also like to do what?
We'd like to have a meetup.
Yep.
If anyone, because we're going to get there Monday, and let's see, the protest is on Tuesday, the 31st, and then we'll spend the night the 31st. So if anyone is in the area, we'd love to do a meetup, either on the way down, while we're there, on the way back, because Maryland, let's see, the state of Maryland, Virginia, what else is there? Maryland. Well, if you're anywhere near the Washington, D.C.
Look on the
area,
map, you'll see.
if you're anywhere in the Washington, D.C. area, we'd love to meet up with you. Even if you don't go to the protest, we can have a private meetup.
Heck, come from a distance.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
We love to do meetups. Joe and I we did our trip cross country. We had meetups and we met wonderful people, ex-witnesses, our brothers, sisters, and we would love to meet up with you.
Your world will change. Your world will change. And you'll help someone else's world change as well.
And speaking of meetups, we do local meetups right here at our home. But we thought of making a list of all the different meetups around the country. We know that there's one in Charlotte, North Carolina, if anybody is in that area.
Right. So incidentally, if anyone out there right now that has meetups, and if you want to relate them now, then others can plan.
Yes.
Maybe some people want to come from some distance. Maybe they're coming to your area.
Wally.
They wouldn't even know.
Wally is traveling. Wally, the one that does the YouTube videos. Wally is leaving Washington State, right? He's in Washington State. He's going to do a cross-country trip, and he's having a meetup in Southern California. Where were we?
Southern California.
LA, Los Angeles. So he's looking to meet up with anybody in the LA area, and that's where we were. And we met up with, that's where JP was, and several others. We met up with Linda, Apostababe. There was at least
Nadine.
8 of us. Nadine.
Hi, Nadine.
Hi, Nadine. Are you there, Nadine? Linda. So they'll be having a nice meetup there.
Yeah.
And so Wally's going to be traveling on his way through. He's got all his different states, and he's hoping to meet up with XJWs along the way.
Yep.
And we'll meet him in Washington,
Yep.
D.C. We're looking forward to that.
Yep.
We'll meet Justin and all you others that are going to be out there.
That's right.
So it's not too late to get
No.
a room.
No.
The rooms were not expensive at all. They're under $150.
And incidentally, if anybody wants to help anyone else
That's it.
get a room that needs it, that you want to help, if you're not going, if you can help someone or whatever, make it known. Let them know. I don't think anyone will regret that. And we're listening for anyone else who wants to call in.
Yeah, we don't want to do all the talking. Is anyone else out there? Call in. Hello. Everybody's taking the night off. They heard Joe and Fran were going on, and they all went to bed. No, we know you're out there. Let's see if we have any.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, hello, Eric.
Yeah, it's Eric. How y'all doing?
Good,
Eric.
Eric.
How
Nice
are you?
to hear you.
Doing okay. It's great to hear from y'all. Yeah, I wish I could go to Washington, but everyone does have my support. Every day I live as an activist in my speech to everyone, and you know what? The common consensus on the street, like the word on the street, they say, right, is like everybody seems to really know who the witnesses are now at this point. You know, when we were in it, guys, it wasn't so popular, but like everybody's done their research. There's been a lot of talk about them on the media and a negative outlook, and I think this protest is great, and it will only further, you know, prove our point with the things that we're talking about. And I think we might have a voice, or our voice will be heard. I should say from this. I see positivity coming along, and I thought I'd pass that along to you guys and what you were talking about.
So yeah, absolutely. And you know, I'm glad if you see that people in your area are aware of it. But in our area, Eric, we talk with people. We go right where the witnesses have their carts, and we talk with people right around the witnesses where they have their carts. And what we find is so many people just don't know. They don't know. But yet when they find out about them, they're glad to know. So it's met with.
I'm in the Bible Belt, and people aren't fooled. They're not fooled here. They're like, that doesn't say that. Like these Southerners, they're not tricked so easily. There's so much religion down here that it's different because I am from New England, closer to your guys' neck of the woods, and it's a different ball game.
Well, y'all come up here and help us here, Eric.
I know.
No. Just you're doing your part, and we truly appreciate it. Everybody does their part. That's what makes it all happen.
That's right.
What makes it happen.
And we realize
it's a money issue. If I had the money, I would fly down there in a second. But you know, it's about $500 for me. And yeah,
you know, everybody does what they can, and that's great.
Everyone does what they can. That's what the Bible says, right? Because some of you were like, what does it say? Some of you were ministers, some of you were healers. We all play our part in our activism, and you guys do a great job. I'm so proud of y'all.
Well, you too, Eric.
You too. So
thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Say hi to Desiree.
Yes.
I will. Thank you so much.
Okay.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for calling in.
All right. Take care, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Love you. Yeah, we got to meet.
How you guys?
Hello.
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 Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
This is Kim.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to call in. I've called in all the shows. I might have called in once, but I don't think so. So I just wanted to say hello and meet you guys.
Thank you. What's your name again?
I'm in California. In California.
You're in California.
So yeah, I didn't get to meet you when you were here.
Well,
I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I don't have a car, so it's kind of hard.
I know who you are. You're always at the beach, right?
No, I live in Sacramento.
Oh, you're Sacramento. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, I didn't get to meet you guys yet, but because I just don't have a way over.
oh,
I'm
sure.
thinking right now, like, oh, how can I meet
Well,
Wally?
well, look, you must have a lot of um, exes there.
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Well, now, see, now's the time to
There's
find.
one. I'm on Vader somewhere.
Are
Sorry, I
you
didn't mean to talk over you.
are you able to put it on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook page?
No, I actually locked myself out, and I cannot get in because I put my account in 2000, year
Oh, wow.
2000, and it was an old email. And I've tried so many times. Maybe if I do a new one, but I just haven't
Yes,
done
yeah,
it.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Start a new, yeah. And you can put, start an XJW meetup.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can ask right now. Is there anybody who'd like to connect out
Yeah,
there?
is there anyone out in
Anyone out there, or
Sacramento
anywhere,
near
anywhere
California,
that would
near
like
there?
to connect with you, either by phone or whatever? That's what people have
I
been
just
doing.
saw
They've been.
Vader somewhere around here. He was the first one I saw on the YouTube.
I
And
don't.
I woke up right about the time when what's her name did her Leah Remini did her
Wow.
show that had the witnesses.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Okay.
woke up.
So,
So
so
I
have you?
was all those with my mom, and we both, were like, wow, that's so terrible what they were doing. If they do this squirreling thing or something, they persecute the ones who leave. And
Yes.
I was waking up from watching all those.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it didn't work on my mom. So anyway,
Well, everyone's a little
that's when I
different.
woke up.
So are you saying you have no contact with any exes out there?
Well, not over here, no. I mean, the only ones I've talked to are on from here on the network.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. A little
Well,
bit, a little bit.
okay. Well, I'm sure we can.
We can find
We can
someone
find
for you.
someone. I'm sure we can. Where
I
wherever.
wanted to call you guys in the day, and I keep getting I do a lot of research and stuff, and different things, and I forget. I'm like, oh no, I did it again. I forgot again. And, yeah, so I just keep forgetting to call you guys at a decent hour. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just want to so I can
sure.
also meet you guys better and also
Well,
get numbers.
okay, sure.
You
So
know,
for example, our time, like right now, it's 10:20. So you call appropriately whenever you think an early timer.
okay.
What's that?
So for me, it's only
Well,
20.
ask for
How
our
about
email, and I
how
keep
about my
writing it.
marker, honey?
Well,
I'll get you a marker.
oh,
Oh, thank you. That's
there.
great.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's our
Yeah,
email.
I see it.
You have our phone number. So,
Yes, I do have it too. I wrote it down. And I'm telling you so I will do it too. I am a procrastinator. I get nervous.
What make it?
I got a few times nervous to call in, but I finally did it.
no, I'm glad you did.
Because I
I'm
will
glad
do
you
it.
did. So, do you want to go by any special name?
No, it's just, well, yeah. I mean, I'm the one who calls. I was on here, K Draws a lot. Then I've been Scarlet, something or other. Now
Charlotte?
it's Marcy Kim. That's like, because I'm dating, haven't been DF'd. So
Yeah,
they
no,
don't
we
No,
understand.
sure,
tell
sure, sure.
it.
No.
It's very hard. I live with my mom. She's older. She's with.
Yes.
It's very
Yeah.
awkward.
No, you have to be
Yeah,
sensitive to these things. You have
I
to.
did see it. I saw it. You don't have to hold it up if you feel tired. I did
Oh no,
see
thank you. Others too.
Yeah, if
email.
anybody else needs it.
Here, I'll hold it up too.
Okay, let me
Okay.
put her phone number. I'm going to put her phone number on
Yeah.
here too.
And what you're talking about
But
too is we have to consider who's around us. Um, you know,
yes,
for example, our parents, if they're older or are supported by going to the meetings, emotionally, then be sensitive to that need. Um, And you never know what happens. You never know what might happen. And at some point, you may be able to uh, let them know how you feel about it. See, you're not going to wake up anybody. People don't like being wakened per
Yeah.
se. But when if they see
One,
you awake, it 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 may mean something to them. Um,
yeah. And
this,
unfortunately, the way she sees it is I left Jehovah
I
and that
understand.
Satan got a hold
Yeah,
on me. And so she treats me different than the other kids. All of us left at different times.
yeah,
Because I was baptized, I'm
yeah.
treated differently.
Yeah,
So
well,
it's
we've
very
heard
hard.
that.
It's
I know. Well, look at it this way
like
too.
I have a cloud over me all the time.
Well,
And
look at it.
I always
Look at it.
feel like she's going to throw me out, but I gave away my assistance because I'm disabled. So I gave away my own assistance to move here, and now I can't get it back. So I'm stuck. And I
Wow.
did it in 2010 because everybody was thinking the end was coming in 2012.
Oh,
About
yeah.
then, at least in the meetings I had been attending, I've faded a few times, because I couldn't do it. Let's just put it that way. And but anyway, so I was trying to come back, do everything, and I could. So I came here, and because I made a stupid decision. In other words,
Oh,
because the end. Sort of like a 75 moment or whatever. But
yeah,
I'm very close with her and I take care of her. But what makes me really sad is the brothers and sisters really don't visit her at all.
yeah.
One takes her to the store, that's
You,
nice, or goes for her. And that's kind. And they've done things like given clothes. They've been kind that way in the past and stuff.
look,
But I
don't
feel it's sad because she knows all her kids are supposedly going to be destroyed.
look.
So
Don't
I'm
underestimate. Listen,
destroying them right now.
don't underestimate. Don't underestimate the kindness and the love that you show her, because it now
Okay.
she may not acknowledge that because she may feel that it's really not what she thinks is love. But as time goes on, as you continue to do that, she's going to see where the love is really coming from. So you're giving evidence. You give
True.
evidence of your love and your faith. And frankly, the Watchtower
Yeah.
is not giving her
Hmm.
evidence.
That's right.
It takes time for people to awaken. You have to we have to respect that in others. Um, and honestly, everyone is entitled to their choice. We just have to make sure we're living our authentic life of who we really are. And I know you are.
True.
And
Yeah.
what I would say is be
Um,
be confident that's the greatest thing you can do. That it really is.
yeah, that's the hard part because I know I've made the right choice, but I feel like she's always looking down on me. And I
It's
have
not.
a question with the scripture or something. She says, I don't want to discuss it with you. And it's hard because she was the one I went to.
Yes.
So
Well, look, if you
I
can
care about the Bible still.
well, find the things
And
that
it
you can
discourages me.
find the things that you can discuss with her that connect with her without, the trigger point. Stay away from the trigger points, but but
Okay.
continue to connect with her. Um, she'll discover something. She'll discover something that she's not aware of. It really means taking a little more careful look at how we ourselves project ourselves. It really does. And
Someone actually, Selena Bertoloma wrote in and she said to let you know that you can reach out for support and resources to the Arc Light Foundation. It's
Oh,
ARCLIGHT Foundation. Are you familiar with that?
no.
Okay, if you can
Let's
check that
see.
out, yeah,
Yes.
in Sacramento,
wow.
it's called ArcLight.
Wow.
ArcLight is one
Oh,
word.
Art
ArcLight
Light
Foundation.
Foundation.
Thank you, Selena.
Yeah, thank
Oh, thank you, Selena.
Yes.
Tell her thank you. I've been watching her videos. I did, and well, thank you. Yes, I didn't know there was anything like that. Now I've had to go to shelters and things.
Yes.
So I've been through some things, you know, and I've gotten some resources, and I did get therapy, but not for cults. I never told my therapist, but you know, I had faded, and then she encouraged me, and I actually went to college. So there was a time I wasn't in, but I was in mentally. Let's just put it that way. But I still was able to go to college and things. The only trouble is I still had that mindset that it was the truth.
Yes.
But I think that the college made me get better skills to be able to tell, you know, logically
I'm sure it did.
what really was going on.
Yeah, no, that was so good of you to do that.
Oh.
You know, you're the good you show, the good you continue to project is going to connect with others, and they can't help but see you do that. Um, your mother is, how do I want to say this? She is like you. She has feelings that she feels strongly about, and yours, frankly, they're no more important than hers. Hers are as important as yours. The most important thing is that somehow that you can connect with love that you feel for her.
Mm-hmm.
And right now there's a cloud. There's a cloud in between.
I
And
know. I'm an artist, so I do little artsy things around her, and I try to cheer her up with those.
so
And I
good of
try
you.
like things that will also encourage her, like with God and things too, you know, so that it gives her appreciation of what He gave us or something, you know, without saying anything, you know, because I always learn, you know, do all things to God, you know, to His glory. So I try to create whatever I create, if it's gardening, or if it's arts and crafts, or if it's a painting or something, that it be correct, something that could make her appreciate, or anyone appreciate, you know, what we have or something. And so I'm trying in that way, you know.
That's
And
beautiful.
You know, there's so many. There's so many Bible principles that we were taught that are just so real, like persistence, being persistent, and that love never fails. It never fails. We just want to make sure that we don't, fail
Mm-hmm.
at projecting that. And that's a test of our faith. That's a test of our faith, whether or not we feel that the loving thing will work. And they say now we're not going to change the world as bad as the world seems to us. Now is the time to work on ourselves, to improve ourselves,
good one, yeah.
to be the person, the best version of ourselves. And frankly, if you're the best version of yourself, your mother's gonna see that. Everyone's gonna see that.
Just a little more information on the ArcLight Foundation. Selena said that it houses the Indigo Project, specifically to help Jehovah's Witnesses get the help they need to thrive and live healthy lives. So please check out that ArcLight Foundation and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, do let us know.
How do you spell that? Because it sounds like you're saying arc light, or is it arc like?
Okay, no, the first way. I'll spell it for you. ARCLIGHT. It's one word. Arc Light.
Okay.
Okay, foundation.
I will look for that. Tell her thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, thanks, Selena. We didn't know about that.
And it's so nice you came on too.
Yes. Yeah, glad you called in.
There's
putting out has been very important to me.
There's others who are listening to you.
Report abuse. I actually had to report child abuse. I didn't once hesitate. I didn't know there was a rule, but I didn't care. Anyway, I reported what I knew. And the family turned on me, of course.
You
But
did
my
the
kids,
right thing.
they had me, you know.
You did the
So
right thing.
I wasn't one of those moms that said, "No, you're lying" or something. But there had been an in-law and things like that. There were some situation. It was a hard, difficult situation, and we actually had to leave and start over.
Wow.
So anyway, so yes, we're very familiar with that problem. And in my congregation, there was 3 molesters. Okay.
Yeah.
So
We've heard that from so many other congregations too. We've heard that.
and I went to Barbara Anderson's site, and lo and behold, I find the transcripts to our congregation, and lo and behold, the elder in the letter that's the presiding elder happens to be the one that's studying with my son, who's had gotten baptized older after being an adult. He kind of like was a teen out when I had faded, and so he hadn't baptized. So then they got him in. Let's just put it that way. And so he has kids, and this elder never warned him either. But when my son was young, they didn't warn me, and so I find out from Barbara Anderson's site that a ministerial servant who was around us, that my kids could have had something happen, but it didn't, fortunately. But no one warned me, and here we were again. This same elder on the transcripts hadn't warned my son. And it wasn't the same one in the situation. He just now inherited that job. So it wasn't like he was involved. But he still could have told him, oh, hey, there is a problem in our congregation. And the trouble is nobody would think such a thing, if nobody, like that's why nobody believes it when people tell them. They make it seem like it's, apostate lies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did show my son. He let me show him the transcripts, so he does know. And he doesn't bring his kids. He never brings them for some reason. So I'm glad. Anyway, I'm sorry if I talk over you.
No,
No,
it's okay.
you're doing a good thing, and people who hear you are connecting with what you're going through because they're going through the same thing. There's different ones. The best thing you could do is come forward as you did, and just keep coming forward to others. They need to hear what you have to say.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. I am going to try to, if it's okay, I will try to call you maybe next week. If I don't do it, sooner, but like next week, I'll try to get a hold of it.
Yeah,
And I
call
try to get a hold of
anytime.
those.
And there are a lot of other great friends that we can connect you with too.
Okay, that would be great. Yeah.
We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, I get nervous.
No,
You did fine.
It's wonderful you called in. This is what we're here for.
Thank you. I'll let you guys talk to somebody else. I didn't talking too long.
Okay, thank you.
We'll hear from you soon.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye. Yeah, Selena said that the ArcLight Foundation was the work of a lot of people who care and want to help.
That's right.
So, yeah, we'll check that out. ArcLight Foundation. Thank you, Selena. Anybody want to call in? We're here. So we're putting that offer out. If anyone wants to do a meetup the end of the month and the beginning of November, we'll be glad to organize that for you. We will be in Washington, D.C. on the 31st, and we can be, Virginia, Maryland, any of the areas close by. We'd love to meet you in person.
And just to open up the topic a little bit of what we're talking about here, there's so many individuals, women, men, who are exploring the role of religion in today's life. And I know Selena has brought that up and she's studied it. And there are many others who are doing it too. And they're totally sensitive and concerned about the role that religion is playing in people's lives right now and whether or not it's meeting people's real needs. Some people might say, end all religion is bad, hasn't caused wars. If anything, it's supported wars and ruined people's lives in ways that we've seen. But on the other hand, the reason why people look to religion is because they have a real legitimate need. And there needs to be a good provider for those needs. And um, if we can have that kind of discussion, the discussions that arrive at what kind of religion is needed now for people, that'll be a really big achievement. A really big achievement. Um, you don't, for example, the saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There has to be religion in people's lives because people have the kinds of needs that only good religion can meet. Um, we'd hate to see a loss of something like that just because of some really bad actors that have been on the scene. And there have been really bad actors. Watchtower is one of them. Many other religions are a bad actor. But there can be some. Uh, we, we, I'm confident that there's some very good uh, people and situations out there where people can collect together and and do the kind of worship or fellowship that they feel the need to do. Um, we're going through a very interesting time right now. This is a time of opportunity. There's tremendous opportunity that's taking place now, even though it's a time of tremendous distress and crisis. It's a time of tremendous opportunity. And this is the thing that it's good to remain open for and, and give your insight on it. What kind of religion do you think people need? What, what are features of religion that we do not need that are harmful? Uh, those are kind of the conversations that you can have with each other. People are open to it now, and there's many people that have done some extensive research into that. Now is the time for that. We don't just simply want to see destruction of things. We want to see um, people benefiting from good adjustments. The needs that people have are important. We're not here to be exploited. Maybe that's what we've seen that religion does. Religion exploits, absolutely. Watchtowers absolutely exploited people, but haven't met their real needs. As individuals, we get to talk about that with each other, and we we can meet those needs with each other. There's other people that need the very thing that you need. When you show yourself, they're drawn to you. What I found is that when people project their religion, they separate from each other because their religions are different. But when they project their faith and their love, it draws them to each other. And that's a great start. That's a great start, especially now after leaving such a harmful religion. We don't want to lose our joy just because we've lost our grief. That religion is grief. Our joy is our freedom to project the love that we have for each other. And I appreciate everyone that's doing that here. And we're watching people do that. So we have met. How many people do we have now? basically.
I haven't taken account, but I'd say about 200 people. But the exciting part is like when we, okay, so there's one couple in Ohio, I'm not going to give names, and they got in touch with another couple and they had dinner together. I think they've been together twice. So then we heard about another couple in Ohio, and they're going to get together. And then there was an ex brother, and he's going to get together with them. And when we hear these things, it's so nice because these are people that were kind of on their own. They didn't have anyone. And when they find that there's others in their area, it really makes a big difference. They have someone that they can actually talk to in person.
And here's a real time need right now, without mentioning any names. There's a family that's chosen to move from one area to another.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not going so good for them, for one reason or another. Maybe a question of underestimation, overestimation, not enough research, whatever. They're in a situation now where they're kind of stuck. Um, so it doesn't look like it's very hopeful in a way right this second. But really, it's a time of tremendous opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they're open to more options, because right now maybe there's options they're just not aware of, alternatives that they don't see. Well, maybe you know what alternatives and options they could have. Maybe you've been through it, and this is where friends come in. Usually it's not that we don't want to make good decisions, it's that maybe we just didn't realize some good alternatives that we had. Usually, there's scripture, and I always keep interesting it, is that my people will fail for lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about that, how many times have we said, I wish I would have known that thing. I wish I would have known. Well, maybe someone else knew it, and they could have told you if you were around them. And it's the way it is now. So just to let you know, there's a family right now who's in that situation. If you have any insight or interest or think you can help, let us know. We can link you up with them. I'm sure they'd appreciate
Sometimes
insight.
it's just a phone call
That's it.
and a listening ear.
That's it.
And the person really appreciates that listening ear.
Yeah, I mean, not just maybe you've got information that it just opens the world up and points them in the right direction now. Not to be underestimated.
That's true. We had, we also, again, our postcards. We have a ex-sister in one of the southern states, and her husband is still in. So we email, and she emailed me like 7 names of different people she thought might be out in the state of Pennsylvania where they're doing all the trials and arrests and everything with the child sexual abuse. So she gave me those names and I sent them all postcards. Our postcards are a warning about Jehovah's Witnesses and that many are leaving, the high rate of depression and suicide. You have one here. I'm trying to remember it from off the top of my head. Because of the shunning. And, it's just very simple, like 6 statements. So if you personally don't want to send out a postcard, let us know. We'll be glad to send one. If you have a relative, if you have somebody that is PMO, if you have someone that you suspect might be PMO, please just get in touch with us. It's only 51 cents for a postage stamp for a postcard. We had these postcards printed out. We have 500 of them printed out. Joe's got them right now. And you can email us your, names, addresses of places. Please make sure that they are the right address. And just send them to us and we'll be glad. And Joe's got the postcard right here. Beware of Jehovah's Witnesses. Why are massive numbers of Jehovah's Witnesses leaving the Watchtower?
Oops.
Thank you. The
Sorry about that,
Watchtower
folks.
religion. Okay, child sexual abuse, court cases, Jehovah's Witnesses sentenced, ongoing investigations, and congregations subpoenaed. Shunning practice by members destroys families and individuals, proven to be damaging. High rates of depression and suicides among members and families. As ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, we offer information and needed support. We respect your privacy. Please contact us, Joe and Fran Garino, email jandfgarino@gmail.com. So we will be glad to send out postcards to anyone that you may know that is a PMO, someone who is questioning, a relative perhaps, and you don't want to do it yourself. We'll do it for you. And then we've got these stickers that you can put on your door. We handed one out today to a man. He says, "Oh, I don't want them calling at my door." So we gave him one. It's we got this from Vern's channel.
It was his idea, and they came out
Yeah,
with them.
Jehovah's Witnesses, do not call, stop child abuse. So we've had these made up, and we've got our buttons. Ones Joe showed you earlier, the XJW. We've got them in green. We got a lot of light there. Green and gold. And we wear them all over. Sometimes people wonder and they ask us, but many times we have to tell them because not everyone asks.
What has anyone else found? Maybe your thoughts and your findings and your experiences. We're open for them. We'd like to hear what's going on. Any ideas? What do you think we're doing? What do you think we're doing wrong?
Well, Joe and Fran, I just want to check in here with you. I did put up there that people have to hit *6 to unmute themselves.
Oh, right, yes.
So during your conversations, always mention, hit *6.
Uh-huh.
If they come on that way, they'll be able to unmute themselves, because I think that might have been stopping some of the people. But that's good. We have a number of people listening in. So here's your chance. Here's your chance. What do you guys think? I mean, don't you think it's great that Fran and Joe are trying to connect the ex-witnesses together? How about in your area? Do you have ex-witness friends? Well, why don't you call in and talk to Fran and Joe and give them some ideas? And they may be able to help you get some friends near you that have the same feelings you do after leaving the Watchtower. So go ahead and give them a call. Go ahead. You're on with us now.
Thanks, Rick. *6.
Yeah, we're gonna. Well, sometimes it's just hard to get them in. I see there's a lot of people listening in. I just don't understand it.
That's
Well,
okay.
Well, I think it's kind of neat that you guys are concerning yourself to at least go to the protest. I thank you for wanting to do that. I think you'll find it very, very fascinating. Go ahead. We have wireless caller. I think he's coming in from New Hampshire. Go ahead, sir.
This is Tom from New Hampshire, and I really do appreciate everything that you guys are doing, Fran and Joe. I'm not good at emailing. I wanted to email to you and tell you this, but I just thought that I would just have to say that I really appreciate what you're doing, and I think it's great. I actually was thinking of finding the last couple of correspondences that I got in the mail, from certain witnesses, and sending you their information so that you could send them a postcard, because
We'll do it.
I can't actually come out and do any of that because I have family, and right now I'm still able to talk. So I would hate to put that roadblock up. So I think that you know, if I can, I will look for those envelopes, and I think that would be awesome to be able to send them.
You send as many as you'd like. Yes, yes, great idea. Please do.
And
Good.
I also wanted to be put on your list of contacts. So I will have to contact you and
Yeah,
give you my phone number and
yeah.
stuff.
You
So
call
that
us.
anybody in this area that wants to touch base with an XJW, you know, and New Hampshire is a small state, so basically Vermont, Maine, and Massachusetts are very close. So you know,
Yes.
I'm right in the center of New Hampshire, so I would, you know, anybody that wanted to meet up, I would like that. So I think that I will have to do my homework and get your address, or just call you and give you my.
Yeah, you
Yeah, that
call.
would be the
You
best
call.
thing.
You call anytime.
Yeah, we would love to help you set up a
Yeah,
meetup
yep,
in New Hampshire,
yep.
and just call us.
Call us anytime.
All right, I just, you know, I'm not. I don't usually like to bother people, but thank you for that invite. So now I will. I have your phone number. It's already in my phone,
Good.
and I just got to look up Friendly Joe, and I will call you at a reasonable time, and we can work that out. And I just want to say again, thank you so much for all that you guys do, and thank you, Rick, for all that you have done. And this is great. This is I can tell this has helped a lot of people, and just keep up the good work. Okay, and
Thank
I
you.
want to be a part of it because I really agree with everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you
Please, yeah,
so much.
please call as soon as
We'll
possible.
wait for your call. You call.
I definitely will. I definitely will. Now
Good.
you guys have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
That's right. You make our night.
Someone wanted to know where we get stickers from. We have a local printer that they do our stickers, our postcards, and then we have someone doing the buttons. They share a building, and they're uh, a nice, down to earth local people that we just deal with, and they're glad to see what we're doing. They're not ex-Jehovah's Witnesses or anything, but they're glad to see what we're doing and very supportive. So if anyone needs postcards, buttons,
Stickers, whatever.
stickers,
Just call us for starters, and we'll
yeah, we'll
go
get them
through
to
us or
you.
connect you or
We'll send
whatever.
them to you.
Hey, Joe and Fran?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Dick Porgy here.
Hi,
I just
Dick.
wanted to make a comment. How are you? I just wanted to make a comment. Meetups are extremely important. As most of the audience probably knows, I met my wonderful wife, Connie, on 6 Greens. And it's really important for the single brothers and sisters that are out there, former Jehovah's Witnesses, to, you know, maybe meet somebody and fall in love. One of the problems that we have in our society today, especially with Jehovah's Witnesses, is you have a lot of baggage you're going to bring to some other person who wasn't a Jehovah's Witness.
Yep,
And that's
exactly.
a really
Right.
traumatic experience being a Jehovah's Witness. So if you meet somebody at a meetup, you know, of the opposite sex, you know, same age or close to the same age, you know, it could be a really wonderful thing. So I really congratulate you both because you're putting a lot of hard work into it. And I would just say to anybody in the audience listening, if you can make a meetup, please do. Not necessarily to meet someone to get married, but hey, if that's in the cards, it's in the cards. But I just think what you're doing is absolutely fantastic. And God bless you both.
Well,
Thank
so
you,
much,
Dick. I'm
Dick.
glad you brought that up because we have had people say, boy, I'd like to meet a sister. I'm 45 years old. Well, an ex-sister, never been married. Um, and, they would like to meet someone. And we say, well, we're not, you know, marriage, what do you call them?
No, we're not a, what is it?
meetup.
couples
So,
thing. I
yeah,
don't know what it's called,
yeah.
but we're not.
But we would be glad to, help you find
You
someone
know,
at a meetup.
people have been meeting each other for as long as there's been people on Earth,
Yes.
but they just need that opportunity to meet each other in a conducive atmosphere of truth
Hmm.
and love and support and security. And frankly, that's all we try to do.
Hmm.
And it's a beautiful circumstance when that happens.
Well,
Um,
I found Dick Boogie's comment very fascinating. Maybe we get Fran and Joe to do a dating site.
oh yeah,
Yeah. No, because what I was just listening there with some interest because I'll tell you, there's been a number of marriages uh, uh, from people meeting on the six screens. Yeah, a number of them, at least three or four of them that I can think of. But
Yes, we know. Yeah.
yeah, the amazing thing is, it's a wonderful thing. I know even myself, my former wife, when she died, uh, I let the dust settle a little bit, but I certainly was young enough, and I still wanted to have a helper. So I prayed to God, and I said, if it can find me a good helper, that would be nice. And then my wife right now, Susan, she called in from Chicago. She was listening into the six screens one night. And so she called in, and that's how we met, and we fell in love, and we got married. So, it's something, and I always said too, even when my former wife died, I said, I am not, if I ever get married again, and I had to think about it, I wasn't sure, but I said, if I ever get married again, I'm going to have to marry a person that was an ex Jehovah's Witness. I
Yes, because they
consider
understand.
yeah.
no
Yes.
way, there's no way that if I married some woman that wasn't one of Jehovah's Witnesses, you think that you would allow me to do my program every Saturday night like this? It wouldn't
No,
happen.
it's a good
Well,
point. It's a
I,
good
I,
point,
I
Rick.
Rick, I honestly, it really, I couldn't think of a more beautiful thing than to have something like that. I really mean that. I truly do. To be able to connect people for something as beautiful as a good marriage, that's truly a privilege. But in addition, though, we're finding that there's so many people who were never witnesses that have love for Jehovah's Witnesses and the plight that they're in, and they bring that genuine desire to help them. This is the good people that see other good people, and they're out there. So, what I would say is, take hope, be hopeful that there are people in the world that not only are trying to understand you, but they love you and they care for you. They're out there. That's a beautiful thing. There are people that are studying ex-witnesses and witnesses just to see, what's going on with these poor people. These nice people, these good people, and it connects with their heart. There are people out there like that too.
Well, I think what you guys are doing is wonderful because really the best friends you're ever going to have are friends that are pretty much on the same page that you're on. So if you have friends that have come out of the cult of the Watchtower, they can relate to what you're saying.
Hmm.
You can imagine friends that have never been in the Watchtower that you would have, they would have a hard time connecting with your thoughts. So it's almost it's almost something that you have to do if you're really looking for friends and you're an ex-witness. You really have to find friends that kind of on the same page that have
Hmm.
come out of the Watchtower and can understand what you're going through.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and in all uh, in all truthfulness too, sometimes they need more resources than themselves in order to make that successful relationship. So important for them to be open enough to seek some good help and direction outside of themselves. We bring the insight of what the witnesses are all about, but sometimes it's that wisdom that's out there in the world that boy, we need. And we put it all together and it works.
Mhm.
You put everything together and it works.
Well,
Hey, Rick.
yeah.
Oh, just a side point. I also prayed to God when I was looking for a mate, and I found one. And
Well,
we just celebrated our 47th anniversary, October 2nd. So,
I,
that's,
I I saw that.
yeah,
Congratulations. You found a good man.
yes.
And I was so impressed when I met you too. And you know, I'll tell you something. In life, uh, I mean, we can all have friends, and I have a number of friends that never have been Jehovah's Witnesses. But don't you think that they would seem well, at some point, I think a friend would say to you, Rick, in fact, I have had them say this to me. Why don't you just get over it? Why don't you just stop it?
Yeah.
But it's hard to. So getting involved with an ex-witness friend, that they get it. They get it.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes.
Well, we know that we have many people that are listening that can't call in, and we appreciate you for just being on and listening. I know the first time we came on Six Screens, it was kind of scary because, we were just newly out. And then when we had the opportunity to call in, I was like shaking. But I said to Joe, I said, we can call in. So I called in and started just babbling away. I don't even know if I made sense. But Rick picked up on it, the fact that we
Well,
were
I remember. I remember. I remember the first time you called in. I was impressed. I really, really was, and the audience was impressed. Seriously, I mean, whenever you can get witnesses that just left to come in, it really opened up the program. And I can remember that night, and I was so impressed. I said, "These guys should have a program of their own." So Susan was saying the same thing, but
Yeah.
it's the thing is, it's a wonderful thing to be able to cut ourselves loose from this organization.
It really
Uh,
is.
and there's so many people doing that right now. So many witnesses are beginning to realize, man, something is wrong. I've had I've had one, two, three in the last couple of years. I've had three really close relatives. I can't say who they are, but I had three close relatives that have said, "That's enough. I've had it."
Yeah.
So, and then we had Daniel. Daniel called in tonight. His young daughter,
Yeah.
Mhm.
is 13 years old, and she said, no, she doesn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore. So this is happening. Multiply it.
That's
This
got
is
to be that's got to be the tip of the iceberg too, Rick. Tip of the
Oh,
iceberg.
absolutely, Joe. This is only the tip of the iceberg, right? There's so many people leaving right now
Yeah.
that they're hemorrhaging, and they understand it, and they're trying to adjust to it, and they're having a very difficult time doing it. They're trying every trick in the book to keep this organization afloat, but they can see that it really is like the Titanic. It has hit the iceberg. It has hit the iceberg.
Rick, I came up with an illustration that just pops into my head. I said, "There, the the governing body is like white bread in their own toaster. The smoke coming out, and the setting is on dark, and and that's everything that I think is going to happen. They're
Well,
they,
well, no, that's a good analogy. They are toast. They know they are.
they're in
Uh,
their own toaster.
on my program tonight, we talked about the 5 stages of a business collapse, and
Mhm.
they are a business. And right now they're scrambling, and they're in the 5th stage.
Mm-hmm.
And when a company is going down the drain, there's going to be all kinds of changes, all kinds of attitudes that you're going to notice. And that's what's happening right now in the Watchtower. Now, what I'm looking for the final stage, I mean, the 5th stage is the final, but the ending part of the final stage is you're going to have officials of the Watchtower disagreeing with one another.
Yeah.
And that's starting to happen. Look at Morris. Morris was just ousted recently, and there's going to be others now. They're talking about Let might be the next guy to go. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking to someone, speaking about Toni Morris. We were speaking to someone down in North Carolina, and there was someone had passed away, and they had the memorial service at Lumberton.
Yeah.
And Toni Morris was there, and they were surprised that he didn't give the memorial talk. But it is confirmed that he is there. So just a little side point.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. As a matter of fact, even now, when it comes time, you mentioned the memorial talk, but let's go with the memorial celebration. Now, when the memorial celebration comes up in April, I think, of this year, will Toni Morris, who claims to be one of the anointed, he really should give the talk. He should be the one giving the talk on the memorial. We'll see what happens. It's so, I'll tell you, I just hope the witnesses can wake up and smell the coffee. I mean, it's not just us. I mean, we can see it. In fact, we know more than what the witness world knows right now. But they've got to be waking up. They've got to be.
Yeah. Well, Rick, I'd like the Pimos to wake up from the smell of burning toast.
Well, in fact, it's funny when you say that. Have you guys ever tried Dave's Killer Bread? Ever heard of it?
Not in our area.
No, I don't think so.
Well, it goes for like $7 a loaf, but it is the best bread. I mean, I don't want to have a commercial here, but when you said it's like toast, but I'm telling you, this Dave's Killer Bread.
We'll have to check it out.
Well,
check it out. I'm sure it's in your supermarket, but it is the most delicious bread. I mean, I'll pay $10 a loaf for this stuff. I'm serious. It's that good. It has a lot of seeds in it. Get the one that's seeds, a yellow package. And it is so delicious. But that's what I was thinking of when you were saying it's toast. Yeah.
We will keep our eyes open. I have to tell you, Rick, when we first started in self-employment together, it was baking bread, and Fran would bake 100 loaves of bread a day in a trailer.
We had our first son too.
With Mark.
Yeah, our oldest.
Son.
Yeah.
And we would go at the farmers markets and sell them.
Set up. We weren't witnesses. No, thankfully.
And we had all this nice bread on a table, and everybody walked by. And it's like, who wants bread? We don't want bread.
Right.
So I thought, if only they tasted it. So what I did, I made up a cutting board with a handle and that presented pieces of cut bread in front of people and say, here, try this if you'd like it. Free samples.
Yeah, we sampled it.
I said, okay. Oh, and their eyes opened and they said, I'll take a loaf of that. and Fran did some really nice breads. Yeah. And it was fun for a while. A lot of work.
That's interesting. This is Dave's Killer Bread. Yeah. That's what they call it. And I thought it was this crazy name. So I tried it once. And my wife, that's the only bread she'll eat. That's the only bread.
We're going to look for this stuff and see what we can do.
Yeah.
So the 6 weeks tonight. The 6 Queens is brought to you by Dave's Killer Bread.
That's right.
Yeah, you maybe could get some money for that, doing that.
That's beautiful. You've enlightened us. We're going to check it out.
Oh, dear.
I'm just
Hello, Rick.
Yes.
Hi, Rick. This is JP. How's it going?
JP, have you tried Dave's Killer Bread?
Oh, wow. Sounds good.
Hello.
Hello, JP.
Hey, Rick, when you're down there, are you gonna do like a live show from the protest, and are you gonna do one later like you did from the hotel room when you're in Warwick?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Of course, I'm not running the program this time. I was pretty much involved in the last protest, but I was thinking of that. That afterwards we could probably have people come back to my hotel room, and we could have like a little broadcast on Tuesday night.
Yeah, that would be nice. It sounds. I'm glad Joe and Fran are gonna go. It sounds
Yeah,
like
we're
it's
gonna go.
Yeah,
We're
quite
going
a
to.
crowd.
we're going there.
We'll
JP.
represent you,
Yeah.
JP.
Right. That's right.
Just be careful because there's been since everything going on in the Middle East, there's been a lot of
Yeah.
people around the capital and then the DC. So I would just tell everybody that's going to be a part of Be Free to take care of each other, stick together in your own group, and watch each other six. And then I would say everybody that's going to the protest, make sure you have a partner or somebody that you're going with. Don't go by yourself. Just to be
Absolutely.
safe. Things are going on right now, and
Yeah, we're gonna
there's a
watch
lot
out.
going on in the
Absolutely, JP.
Thank you for the
Absolutely.
reminders.
Absolutely. No,
But with all the people that are covering that, it'll be good coverage there already. So I'm sure like a lot of people that are just looking at other stuff around the White House and stuff will pick up on them. But like other people were saying, I would definitely like let the media know that you guys are going to be there and that there'll be a presence. But it'll be interesting to see everything that's going to go on. I wish I could be there, but I know there's going to be quite a few people that are covering it live. So
Hey, JP.
there's going to be a lot of people that we're familiar with in the community that are going to be out there too.
JP, I don't know if you heard us earlier, but Wally is looking to meet up in Southern California and LA. I know you were at our meetup, and some of the others were interested. So you might try to. He put it on his video that or on his Facebook page that he's going to be in LA probably pretty soon, and he's looking to meet up.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm going to try to get a hold of a few locals from around here that are in the area. Maybe see if we could all meet up with Wally or something.
Yes, yeah. Look on his
But
Facebook.
I'll get a hold of you guys in the next day or so, and then you give me a few more details unless you have any right now.
I'll look on his Facebook page and see, because I just saw it earlier today. And I know some of the friends that met us in LA were interested.
Yeah, because on his when he stops in LA, that's going to be on his way back home from Be Free. So that'll be cool to get him on the way home. I hope I can meet him. I'm pretty sure though I can get that time off of work or something to be able to meet up. I think in LA it's like around the 8th or something.
He said, okay, this is his latest thing. He said, tomorrow I embark on a 23-day road trip across America. Follow my journey here. And yeah, so you just go on there. And then he's on TikTok. Follow. Yeah, just check it out. If we find any information, we'll let you know.
Yeah, sounds good. So you guys said you're about 6 hours from Washington D.C.
Well, the
No.
GPS says 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah. Did you think it was more?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.5.
Oh.
Yeah.
How far are you from there, Rick? How many hours away are you from in Boston?
Well, it's about 450 miles away. So it's probably it'd take you about 7 hours to get there, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, sounds good. I wish I could be there, but I just wanted to say hi to you guys tonight. And, I know everything will go well, but, just everybody stick together and take care of each other,
Yes,
Oh,
Yes,
there.
we will.
absolutely, JP. Absolutely. Yeah, no, good point. Really good point.
And JP, there'll be a number of people. I'm sure most people. Well, there'll be a lot there. In fact, Wally, he'll have it on his channel. We'll have it on the 6 screens. Justin Quinn, the fellow that was on with us tonight, will have it on his channel. So I mean, it'll be all over the place. So you can't miss it. You can't miss it. So you get good coverage. Yep.
Yeah, Rick, I wish I could get the time off. But, you know, I know you're getting that room. You're either looking for a couple or another male person. You know, I would be, if I had the time off, you know, I would just sleep on the coffee table or something. I wouldn't even ask for anything, you know.
The last time we were up there in Warwick, we did our protest in 2017. We had the Kingdom Hall Crasher. He stayed with us. I had a suite, and that was, of course, Jed rather. He actually was crashing Kingdom Hall, so he stayed with us. But yeah, right, that office still out there. You know, I'll have anyone who wants to come down to Washington D.C. I'll put you up for the night. So let me know. Write to me at jwworldnews@gmail.com. It could be a couple, a male and a female, but or another male, but not a female. No. Yep.
Not a female, no.
And I think too, we should plan forward to the future, considering next year is going to be 2024. It's going to be 110 years since 1914. Or they can get a big one in 2025. If they get one in 2025, a protest, that would be 100 years since the 1925 prophecy, false prophecy, and then 50 years since 1975. So, but I think, you know, next year, you know, since it's 2024, get 110 year, you know, anniversary protest from that. I think that'd be nice to start planning for that too.
JP, Nadine says, please, hey, JP, let me know if you're meeting up with Wally. I'd like to join. So, and I know that also Marissa was interested. They were interested in meeting up with him too.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a hold of the whole gang down here in Southern California and see if we can all meet up with Wally. Maybe we can take him out to a nice dinner or something.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully, I can make it that night too.
Yeah, that would be real nice.
Yeah, that would be great.
Nice hearing from you, JP.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys go now. Maybe somebody else will call in, but I just wanted to say hi and
yeah, call it.
Yeah,
be safe. I'll be looking forward to all you guys on the 21st in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
yes.
call us sometime.
Call us, JP. We got some good news for you from others that we know.
Okay, sounds good.
Good.
Okay, love you.
Love you guys too. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, next call.
Good night.
Hello.
Hey guys, I'm glad you're going to be in DC.
Oh, hi. Yes.
Pixie.
Yeah, Pixie.
Hi. I think the city buses are free now.
City buses.
Okay. Wow.
And Metro is good, and your taxis are good. And watch your wallet. Don't put your wallet in your back pocket. There's pickpockets all over the town.
I believe it. I believe
and all the restaurants are excellent. Everything at lunchtime is cheap and good. There's not a bad restaurant in the place.
Wow.
And I'm wondering if someone is going to dress up as Charles Taze Russell because he was murdered on Halloween. That'd be a great Halloween costume.
That would be true. That would be so funny.
Oh, dear.
Well, I wish I was going to be with you guys. I've got a wedding to go to. Wish I could be there to sing all along the Watchtower, but I know you're going to meet new people, take plenty of notes, and enjoy the most beautiful town in the world.
Whoa.
Hey, Pixie, if we can ever do a meetup, it would be fun with you.
I'll be in touch, and be free. Thank you. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love
Pixie.
you, Pixie. Thank you.
This is Tom. I thought of something that I just wanted to throw at you and the audience. So that you know, I'm kind of old fashioned. The fact that that I actually do YouTube and Facebook it's it's not easy for me, and I just imagine that there are a lot of people out there that have a hard time with the email and all the different ways that we need to contact people. So it's so easy to just not contact you. And that makes it difficult because, I never check my email. It's one thing that I have that is a necessity. Well, it became a necessity because of COVID, because you just we're not able to go to offices, and banks and things like that.
Right. Yes.
But I think that there are a lot of older ex-witnesses or PMOs that is just it's a big roadblock, I believe. And, and I just want to encourage people to, make that effort, because that seems to be like one of the only ways that we can actually contact each other. And I know that has been a big roadblock for me. And that's why, I really, really wanted to stay in touch with Brad out in Australia. But the only way I could do that was through email. And I'm not good at writing letters. I can talk all day long on the phone, but to write an email it's difficult for me. It's painful. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I avoid that. So I was able to make a little contact, but I just could never follow through. And I just want people to be aware, that is difficult. And somehow if we can offer other ways to get a hold of each other, because that is not always an option for a lot of us, the email thing. And
well,
so I just wanted to throw that out there, because I really liked talking with Brad a lot. I have not heard him on Six Screens for quite a while. And I feel like I let him down by not responding on email, because I just do not do it. I am terrible at it. But, if I could just make a phone call, that would be so much better and easier, But I think that if it's a problem for me, my thought is that it's a problem for many other people, because I'm only 5 years old.
No, I'm sure doing an email is hard. As far as those that are out of the country, to call them, there's a couple different ways you can do it. It's a little bit more of an expense, but you can get international calling if you add that onto your phone. Or what some people do is they have WhatsApp. WhatsApp is something you get on your phone. It's what do you call it? It's an app. Thank you. WhatsApp is an app. Oh boy. You get WhatsApp and you can call out of the country. We've talked to people from Mexico and Canada on WhatsApp, but you have to get it on your phone. It's an app. You download it. It's free. It's a free app. And then to make calls, it's free.
Really? Well, thank you for that. I will look that up.
Yes.
Hey, can I add something to y'all?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm actually a friend of Brad's, and I talk to him quite often. We talk on WhatsApp all the time, or at least text message. It actually really does help, and there's also a huge time difference. I think they're 15 hours ahead of us,
Wow.
so it's not always easy. But he's a really good guy, and he's a really good friend of mine. And for me, that's the best way to get a hold of him. In fact, I talked to him not too long ago, just a quick little chat. Is this Eric? Yeah, yes, sir. I don't even know who you are, brother.
And I would love to talk with you too. It's just,
what's your name, brother? I didn't catch your name. I caught onto the show. Oh, Tom. Hi, Tom.
This is Tom. Yeah. And, I've called several times, I've called in and offered some stupid advice, my opinion and stuff like that. But I really enjoy this community and this show, and everybody's, hearing everybody's experiences and opinions, and I try not to miss it. Even if I can't catch it live, I listen to it. And I really respect you and all that you have to say, Eric. And I think that, we could have a lot of cool conversations too, but I just don't do the Gmail, you know what I mean? So, but
yeah, you can give me, I don't give my phone over the line anymore because it's just, I don't want Watchtowers listening. I don't need harassment. I do. Joe and Fran put their phone number on the line, and it's proof that they are being harassed by them.
Well,
bless your heart, y'all, for putting yourselves out there. But you can get in contact with me from them, or I can give you my email, and then once I give you my email and you contact me, I can give you my phone number.
That sounds great. I will try to do that. It's just like I said, the email thing is the biggest roadblock for me. But I can't.
I don't do email either, to be honest with you. I don't.
Yeah.
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 If you want,
I think that if people had I think that is a roadblock for many people my age and above. I think it is. Because we grew up without. We didn't have phones in our pocket growing up. You had to run into the house to try to catch it before anybody hung up.
Hey, Tom. Tom?
Yeah.
You sound about our age. We're 71, and Joe still remembers his phone number, his home number only had 5 numbers. There was no area code. So that's how old we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom, if you take this number down, can you see the number, or are you just calling in?
I already wrote your number down. I have you in my phone as a contact.
Oh, good. Okay,
It's
so
a
call us.
phone number, I believe.
Okay, yeah, call us, and then we'll give you Eric's number.
Tom,
Excellent.
spend
I would like to talk to him, but thank you. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there to encourage other people.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Hey, Eric, wait a minute, Eric. I think we missed your birthday.
Oh yeah, it just happened, the 17th. Thank you so much. Yeah,
belated birthday.
Debbie Moore gave me a birthday card, and it was really sweet and thoughtful. And
I'm sorry we missed it.
See, that's what friends are for.
No, it's all good. You know what? We're not used to celebrating birthdays. It's weird for us.
Let's get used to it.
But it does feel good to be nice to other people, and celebrate someone's life. But yeah, thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to say something to Tom.
And Tom.
Thank you. Love you all.
Love you,
Tom.
Eric.
Tom, you still there?
I am. Yes.
Tom, you spend a nickel and give us a call, okay?
I definitely will.
Put a nickel in and give us a call. No, call us anytime.
Well, actually, I have a quarter.
I'm going to go quarter. I remember a dime.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
It used to be a dime, and then it went up to a quarter. But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
All right. Well, thank you again, and
Okay.
And
thank you, Tom.
We'll hear from you.
You guys are great, and keep up the good work. And I will definitely call you during the daytime.
Yes.
Maybe tomorrow. I hope so.
Good.
Tomorrow.
Good.
Tomorrow's a good time.
Yep.
All right. Good night. Thank you again.
Bye.
Hey, you guys, could I say one more thing?
Please.
Sure.
Okay. Well, I told you how I kind of woke up. It was from watching programs that were about other religions and things. Well, as a witness, we weren't told we can't. And so you said, what are ideas, or you said something like, do you have any ideas of what we could do? Well, that's one of my ideas, is encourage people, like, we'll see what's out there of a show about a religion, like, Mormon stories. There's a podcast called that on YouTube and things like that. And what happens is they start seeing similarities and stuff. And it just so happens to be a movie or a series right now, I think on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like something like Stay Sweet and something.
Yes. Yes.
Pray.
And it's
Yeah.
very powerful.
Said pray in it.
But I think it could get people like waking up a little bit, and the younger people maybe would see it, and it did a lot for me, I started having little red flags going off. But can I tell you about another thing too?
Sure.
There's this new service that I mean, people have to sign up for, and it might cost, I don't know. It's called, I think, Truth Hub, and it's from a company called Clout Hub, CLOUTHUB, and it's by an attorney named Todd Callender. He kind of thought it up because in work, and it could be used for different things, for connecting with family. Let's say you have a family member, but you don't speak their language, and like a grandmother with the grandkids or something like that, or just anybody you want to talk to in another language. It helps. It puts up the words for the people so that you could connect, and then it translates over in the. It's like a Zoom meeting. I don't know how many at a time could do it, but at least 2, and you could talk to all different countries around the world. So wouldn't that be awesome if at some point we could make like an international XJW community, where
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I just have to put it out there because I just found out about it recently.
That's such a nice idea. That's amazing. That's a Truth Hub.
Yeah, I'll put that down.
Truthhub.com, I think, is where it is. Truthhub.com. And
okay.
the lawyer that thought it up.
Wow.
We'll check it out.
I just wanted to put it out there.
Thank you.
Great
Anyway,
idea.
that's it. Okay.
We love
Bye,
ideas.
Great idea. Opens it up.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe, friend.
Hello.
Hello.
I was thinking of a solution for the pickpocketers, and you guys go to the protest. If you wear baggy enough pants, just put some mouse traps in your back pocket. I think that'll take care of any pickpocketers.
That's true.
It'll work. It's calls like this. It's calls like this is what that we wait for.
That's a good one, Daniel.
You don't even have to put the cheese. You don't even have to put the cheese on there.
That's right. That's right. That's a good one. Oh dear. Well, we'll keep you posted.
That's right.
Well, we had just decided tonight to go to Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
because Rick really was encouraging everyone.
That's right.
And we're only 6.5 hours away, so it would be a shame if we didn't go.
Yeah, that's right.
And we know so many on the West Coast would love to go, and they're not able to. So we will represent you.
We will do our part.
Yes. And again, if anyone is in the Washington, D.C. area, we'd love to do a meetup while we're in the area. So just contact us. Again, here's our information. Don't hesitate. We can work something out. And either call us or email us. We'd love to meet you. Got some interesting chats going on tonight. I don't know if people are misunderstanding each other, but sounds like there's some people that are upset with each other. And sometimes when you're in a chat, it's hard to, because you're not talking to the person, you can't really hear them. So you might want to clear things up. We don't want, negativity, negative spirit that kind of ruins what we're trying to do.
Yeah, clean up on aisle 6.
This is Grace.
Hello. Hi, Grace. Hello. Call in and then hit *6 to unmute. We heard a brother and we heard a sister. Always something going on.
Okay, we've got to get the phone lines hooked up again. They go off every 6 hours here. So give us time to get set up again. We'll get the phone line on, and because it only goes every 6 hours, and it shuts off by itself. So
Welcome into the live Six
I wish it
Screens
would've been
conference
long,
calls.
So just hang in with us.
We thank you for joining in. To speak up and talk, press *6 on your telephone.
That's what I said.
When you are done talking, press *6 to mute yourself. Remember, when you are unmuted, your phone is a microphone and picks up on all noises in the background. We hope you enjoy the programs tonight. You will now be placed into the conference.
If you are the host, star.
Show. Did you see the Jimmy
No.
Stewart show? Gigi said.
Thank you. There are 8 participants in the conference. Recording did not start because your storage is full. Please log in and delete recordings or purchase more storage from your account.
Stewart, yeah.
No thanks.
But you killed my call.
Okay, you want to say hello to Fran and Joe? You're on with us. Go ahead.
Hello.
Back here. Thanks, Rick.
All right. Yeah. What happens if the phone line goes off every 6 hours? I wish it. Man, it creates an issue. But what are you going to do?
You're doing it, Rick. You are doing it like no one else.
We got a lot going on here. We got 7 computers. Well, actually, right now, 1, 2. We got 4 or 5 computer screens going.
I don't know how you do it, Rick.
Well, I practice at it. I've been up all day long.
Hello.
Go ahead. You're on with us.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, hi, Fran Joe.
Hello.
How are you? Good evening.
Hello. Who is
Good,
this?
good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Hi. This is Letitia, the psychologist. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good. I'm just calling to encourage you all and to say thank you for the outstanding work. I was trying to even get Rick on the phone during the week. He's hard to catch. I wanted to tell him the same thing. I think that the work is magnificent. And again, I've been listening for about 7 months or so. And there's really nothing for me to add. I think that you all handle everything so very, very well. There was a suggestion that I might make, though. If there could be like a database of people who have committed suicide, that would really bring things forward also.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where they could be posted, but something like that. I think that would be good. But other than that, I think that you all have tremendous grace in how you handle the callers and everything. I think it's outstanding. So that's all I wanted to say.
Well, thank you.
And we look forward to any of the feedback you want to give us. We really appreciate it.
Yes, of course. No problem. All right, I'll talk to you all soon offline. Maybe tomorrow I'll call you guys.
Well, sure.
Thank you.
Great.
Don't
Thank
run off too fast. Are you into psychology?
I am a psychologist. I'm a retired professor.
Wow.
And but I was not a JW. I was, unfortunately, I went with Self-Realization Fellowship, Yogananda et al. And I lost 14 years of my life. And I explained all that to Fran and Joe. In fact, I sent them 2 articles that I wrote about it as a pseudonym, of course. But so I identify with a lot of stuff. I've had an extensive career as a professor. I have written at this point 50 monographs on clinical psychology, and also some things on Egyptology, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sort of like in semi-retirement, just having fun, hanging out.
trying to recapture the life that I lost early on. But I think that my life is ending actually quite well. And in that whole time, it had never occurred to me, not once, to take my life. So I'm not sure how come that is for some people and why it is not so for others. I can't really speak to it. I don't really know what the mechanism is. But I'm quite fine now, just fine.
Yeah.
Well, you sound like a stable-minded woman, and we thank you for calling into the program tonight. Yes.
Yes, thank you for your work. I think I just want to say this to you, Rick. You handle females on the phone very, very well. I mean, you can hear how fragile they are. You just have a way of doing it. I mean, really, I'm kind of tired and burnt out with it, but I mean, you're very, very good at what you do. I have nothing to add. It's really superb.
Well,
So, thank you all.
I'll take that from a psychologist. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good night.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, call us soon.
Yeah, do call.
Well, we appreciate your calls.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, suicide is a big problem. We did 2 programs on suicide in the Watchtower, and many callers called in. Either they knew someone, close to them that committed suicide, or they themselves almost committed suicide. I know we had a program with Gail White, and Gail was close to it. She started to, and then something told her to call the hospital, and she called the hospital, and she made it through. And we're so thankful because Gail is quite an asset. She had a program on 6 screens and did a lovely job, and now she's doing some other things. We got to meet Gail in person when we were in Texas. So we know that suicide is a really big problem in the Watchtower. And so, yeah, maybe sometime others will want to call in about that again.
I think throughout the whole experience here that we're having, that the best thing that we can ever do is just be the best version of ourselves. Now, maybe it sounds kind of silly, but we're looking for that in others. We're even kind of critical when they're not being the best version of their self. We can all be critical of someone else. You're not being the best version, and it turns around the other way. We benefit greatly when we try to be the best version of ourselves. People appreciate it, and we appreciate it when they do too. We're troublesome. Human beings are very troublesome, but we always appreciate it when we try to be something special, even though we fail a bunch. I appreciate being in connection with all the friends here. I really do. It was something that we really could not have under that other circumstance. I really, really mean that. I would feel a total failure for my life if I couldn't have exited that Watchtower situation and had made up for it afterward, like we all are trying to do. And I just want to express the appreciation for all of the people here.
I think, Joe, that was so well said, because so many people, I think the ones that do struggle with that, going into a dark place, is exactly what you just said. They're made to feel like a failure. They're never good enough. They're constantly being pushed around and bullied, really spiritually, and told they're not enough, they're not doing enough. If you don't do this, God's going to kill you, or Jehovah's going to, kill you. Even if you're faithful to the last minute and just happen to screw up, man, you're toast. You're joining the toaster with them. You know,
That's
you're gonna burn, and it's terrible. And so the more, like you said, be the best version of yourself. That's what I was telling my daughter tonight.
yeah.
You know, and I'm so grateful she's 13 and waking up, not 20, not 30, not 40, not 50, which any time to wake up is a great time. But for her to really have her whole life in front of her, I'm just talk about doing the happy dance. I don't know what, start doing somersaults here pretty soon.
Made me emotional when you told me. It made me
And
emotional. I
yeah, me
truly
too,
appreciate that.
Daniel. And what I appreciated is that you never pushed your
No.
daughter, like you never, was preachy to her about, how bad the witnesses were, how bad the truth was, how bad the Watchtower, how bad the governing body is. You never did that to her, and she figured this out on her own. But what you did do, you always reassured her of your love. Like you said, you said that you would always tell her, I love you, even when she didn't say it back. And that stays with a person, with a
Yeah.
young person, that they know that someone is there for them and they love them. And maybe that's the only thing they have to hear. And it may take a while. And I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of her.
You know that it was hard, but I knew it was the right thing to do. Is just let her know she was loved, and I cared about her and thought about her every single day, regardless if we got to talk or not. And and tonight she told me, she goes, Dad, I just wanted you to know I've always loved you. I just didn't know how to handle the situation. She goes, I felt so pressured by who she was around, and just hearing that is, you sometimes as a parent you dream of that day when to hear those words come out of your daughter or your son or whoever. And I I had a hard time keeping myself together tonight because it's just push me. Is this real? you know, and it's just she's so mature, and unfortunately she's had to grow up and not be a kid, and that's the stinky part of it. But at least she can still be a kid now, hopefully, and now that she knows that. I mean, she's still got a ways to go with, her mom's not awake yet, but at least she knows she can talk to me and she can talk to her uncle, which is her mom's brother. He never got baptized, and so she can talk to him too, because he's not going to judge her and he won't repeat nothing to her mom. And so now she knows she can talk to her dad, and it be confidential. She knows I'm not going to repeat anything, to her mom or anything like that. So I could tell she felt relieved to be able to tell me how she was feeling about the organization. So that was beautiful.
It
You're
surely
right, Daniel.
was. It was truly beautiful.
And Daniel, if you didn't see that opportunity, you wouldn't have continued to work for that. You saw that opportunity, and that's someone we listen to explains that opportunity, you need imagination, and imagination is one of the factors of spirituality. I think it's imagination, intuition, and empathy. Those three things, in tandem. When we apply that, we have options in our life, and frankly, that's one of the things that everyone needs to avoid, the dark situation, the dark situation of suicide. We need to. Every one of us needs to keep developing those things: the intuition, imagination, empathy. Which of us is really good with all three of them all the time? I'm sure not. But amazing things happen, and Daniel discovered that tonight, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, just in case you didn't get that, spirituality is made up of imagination, empathy, and intuition. And that's not what the Watchtower teaches.
No.
They don't want you to have an imagination.
No.
You have to just, go along with their script. Empathy. Well, maybe they want you to have empathy. Intuition. No. Don't listen to your heart. Your heart is treacherous. You have to listen to the governing body. Listen to the elders. Don't listen to your heart.
Hey, you better slow down, girl.
So anyway, those three things: imagination, empathy, and intuition.
It took a while for that spot in the back of my head to heal after leaving the Watchtower. You know where they plug you into the Matrix?
Yeah,
It took a while for that to heal completely up, but man, once it did, they ain't plugging me back in.
that's right.
Hey guys,
That's right.
hello,
Hello.
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 Yeah, I just want to say hi. I just want to say hi and congratulations, Daniel, on your daughter starting to wake up, and that's so great. I just want to remind everybody when Six Screens closes, we're going to have a call right after, and I can give you the call number. I don't know if Fran and Joe want to make a paper to show up, but the number is 717-908-1834, and then the PIN code is 802673#.
All right, let me repeat this back to you.
Okay.
717-908-1834, and then the PIN code is 802673#.
Right.
And
Got
this
it.
and this is for
Exactly.
who?
It's for
Well, this is well, my name is Larry Wayne. Hi,
Yes,
guys.
Larry.
I know you know me.
Larry, yes,
But,
Larry John. Yes.
Yeah. We used to have late night on Six Screens a long time ago, and it was just phone, and that's all I have right now. So when the Six Screens closes tonight, it'll be shut down, and then my phone call is open right now. So whenever your show is ended, everybody can just go to that other call.
Oh, good. Good. Fran's gonna put it on the screen. So if they hold on just a second.
All right, great.
We got lots of index cards.
If I could just give a quick comment to Daniel. This is Eric. I just want to say, Daniel, I'm really proud of you. Your actions have proved what type of man you are, and that you. I mean, not that that's defined by that. Everyone has their own input, how they're going to relate to information, but. You clearly have been a really good influence on your daughter, and I'm really happy that happened to you. And I just wanted to spread some love to you, brother. Thank you for being a good example to our youth.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And there's time for our children and parents to wake up. There's the number for Larry John Wayne. Anybody that wants to stay up and listen and call in, he'll be on the phones. 717-908-1834, and the PIN code is 802673#.
Thank you.
Well, this was kind of a last minute. We were just sitting around, and we were waiting for Randy to call in, and maybe Randy will still be able to.
Yeah, and in all fairness, we've never heard him or met him, so
we're looking forward to meeting Randy. Yeah, and Randy,
Well,
please call us.
we have contacted him, but his telephone wasn't working, so he couldn't come on tonight. But he'll be on in a couple of weeks, hopefully. And he's quite the man. he had a website. In fact, one of the first apostate websites was called Free Minds, and that would have been around 2090. I'm sorry, no, that would have been 1990, 1991, 92 in that area. Very popular website. So, but we'll get back on. We'll get him back on, and hopefully that'll work out. Sometimes some things don't work out, but we'll get him on, and I think it'll be a very fascinating call, Joe and Fran. Yep.
Good. Yeah, Linda James sent us the link for that, for Randall Waters of Free Minds. So we got the link.
Yeah. Yeah, he had quite the story to tell, but we'll get him back on, so that'll be okay. Yep.
Great.
Well, good.
Great.
Well, it was nice being on tonight.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks for
Well,
coming
Joe and
in.
Fran, thank you. Thank you for coming in and filling in for Fritz. And Fritz should be back with us in 2 weeks, but you guys keep standing tall, and we appreciate your efforts, and you're doing a great job. Don't you ever give in, up, or out. Keep moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Good night.
All right. So we'll end the program there. And that is Fran and Joe. Now, tomorrow, don't you guys go anywhere. Tomorrow we have 6 Screen Sunday, beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Why don't you join us? I think you'll find it very, very fascinating. On Sundays, we get into theological teachings. We don't talk about it here on Saturday night. But if you are into theological teachings and how incorrect the Watchtower was, by all means, join us tomorrow right here on the 6 Screens Telenetwork. Thank you all for coming in. Keep standing tall. We'll see you tomorrow beginning at 1 p.m. on 6 Screens Sunday.